To claim success, speak goals, to announce and accept that the tongue has more power than a high-speed jet, which would be equivalent to knowing and realizing your innermost potential. Watch as our actors here at Scottie Beans Productions take you on a journey through the baggage a woman carries her entire life, remembering the struggles of her ancestors, remembering the quest for their voice, the chance to meet their individual manifest destiny. June 19th, 1865, the day that slavery ended. 1865. But did it really end? Through monologues, dance, spoken word, we'll chronicle the life of a people oppressed, but with love from the heart, forgiveness from the tongue, and the mindset of a winner. She'll claim that sweet victory that her ancestors longed for. To celebrate Juneteenth, we must understand the past. May the work I've done speak for me. May the work I've done speak for me. When I'm resting in my grave and there's nothing that can be said, may the work I've done speak for me. May the life I live speak for me. May the life I live speak for me. When the best I try to live, my mistakes you will forgive. May the life I live speak for me. May the service I give speak for me. May the service I give speak for me. When the best I try to live, my mistakes He will forgive. May the service I give speak for me. The work I've done, it seems so small, and sometimes it seems like nothing at all. But when I stand before my God, I want to hear Him say, "Servant, well done." May the work I've done, may the life I live, may the service I give, may speak for me.
I will be a ballerina someday. I will rise to the moon. I will bend on the stars. I will slide to the sun. And I will turn on the mountains. I want to dance my way into the hearts of everyone on this earth. I will be a ballerina someday.
Juneteenth, an African-American holiday celebrating the end of slavery, also known as Freedom Day. To be free, with nowhere to go. To be free, with nowhere to stay. To be free, with no food to eat. To be free, with no shoes on their feet. Oh, I used to own you, and there's something we can do. You can work for me, and it won't be for free. I'll give you the stuff to work in the fields, and we will share the money in just 1 year. Oh, it's payday. Now I'll give you your share of the money, and you can be on your way. But before you go, there's something I need you to do for me. You must pay me for the place I gave you to stay. You must pay me for the clothes I put on your back. You must pay me for all the food I gave you to eat. You must pay me for the shoes I put on your feet. Oh boy, what a beautiful day. Now I have all of the money, and now you can be on your way. Think about it. The recipe.
I am the descendant of an African king and queen. I am Benin, Togo. I am Cameroon. I am the Congo. I am Southern Bantu people. I am Nigeria. I am Mali. I am Ivory Coast, Ghana. You see, it passes through my blood each passing day. I cannot change who I am. I am who I say I am. I am the great, great, great granddaughter of an African king and queen. I am who I say I am. What's this gonna come? Oh, excuse me. I didn't see you all sitting there. I bet you're wondering where I'm going on this journey. I bet you're wondering when I'm gonna leave. I bet you're wondering what I have in those suitcases. What you should be wondering is, why am I going on this journey? You see, I'm going on this journey to learn a little bit about my past, our past. I want to know what our ancestors had to endure while trying to live a civil life here in Louisiana. I want to know my past. I want to know our past. And guess what? You can come along on this journey. You don't need a suitcase. You don't need anything but your eyes, your ears, and your heart. That's all. That's all you
Ladies, gentlemen, friends, and my dear ancestors, listen to me. I was not given the opportunities to become educated. Therefore, my language and my speech were broken. I was not given the liberties to make choices for myself. Therefore, I lived in the confines of another man's brain cells. I pondered on hope and courage as I saw my dear husband being studied and sold to the highest bidder. I watched my daughter being rejected by many, for she as a child was no use to that buyer. And I cringed in my skin as I too was examined and studied and sold as a good, as an item. But I tell you today, don't grow weary, don't be dismayed, for the time is different where you and you are free to make choices that only you are responsible for. Take the highway to education. It is your ticket to freedom. Take the good news of the Bible, for it is your golden ticket to salvation. You see, Oz was a slave. Oz was property. I was counted as nothing. I had no right to vote, no voice, no freedom. Oz was black, and Oz was a slave. You see, Oz was your silent voice before we even noted.
You see, my great-great-great-grandfather came to Louisiana by way of New Orleans in the early 1800s. And he met Polly and fell in love. Polly was on a plantation on the outskirts of New Orleans. You see, back then, colors were not allowed to get married. But they managed. Somehow, some way, they did it. They fell in love, and they were together. Come February the 6th, they were sold to separate plantations. Can you feel that pain? I can. Being torn apart. But the good news is, 10 calendar years later, they were reunited. That's what you call real love. See, some families weren't lucky enough to get back together, but they were. They fought that long, hard road to freedom with hard work, hope, love, and most of all, faith. Polly kept the faith. Yes, she did. She was a praying woman.
I'm a man. I'm a free man. I'm a dignified man. I am a man. I work from sunup to sundown with no breaks, and sometimes no pay. And I don't get no pat on the back, nor do I see a raise. I depend on my family to keep me, my wife to keep me fed and nourished, my children to pick up my slack. For without them, I could not pull such a heavy load. Only to be told that my work is compensation for my rent, compensation for my food, compensation for the clothes on our backs, and compensation for our lives. I want you to know that I lived this life and I sacrificed for my ancestors. I want you to know that every tear and sweat, I did it for my ancestors. And I want you to know I have no regrets. I only want my ancestors to hear my cry, to feel my sweat, to taste the goodness that life has to offer, and to echo these words. I'm a man. I'm a free man. I'm a dignified man. I am a man. No run, let me come in. Doors are fastened and the windows thin. Keep your hand on that cloud and hold on. Nora said you done lost your track. You can't plow straight and keep looking back. Keep your hands on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hands on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your head on that plow and hold on.
My great-great-grandparents worked the fields of southwest Louisiana for many years, until 1853, when the Emancipation Proclamation was passed. It stated that all slaves were free. So, what would we do? They had no education. They had no jobs. They were just told they were free. The landowners found themselves thinking, what will we do? We have all these tracts of land, plenty of work, no help, and very little money. That's when sharecropping was born, during the Civil War era. Now this meant that the landowners would supply the freed slaves, their tenants, with seeds, plows, animals, all the supplies to work the lands for a small portion of whatever they would make, including their room and board. Now that was great if you had a landowner that was honest. But if he fell into the hands of a wrongdoer, it could be hard. Now don't get it twisted. Sharecropping wasn't just for the free slaves. It also applied to the poor whites. And sometimes they had it worse than the freed slaves. But somehow they held on. Yes, they did.
Do I really want to sit at the front section of the bus? Do I care that I have to count seats before reclining and giving myself the leisure I so deserve? Do I fear intimidation if I am denied the freedom to choose my seat? The answer is yes, I do. I want to be able to ride the bus because I have no other form of transportation. I need to ride the bus to arrive in some form of safety because walking is not the safest option. Well, to answer your burning question, I really want to sit at the front of the bus. I can see myself entering the bus with great anticipation and hope. However, we were denied that basic right. But Reverend T.J. Jemison fought peacefully for our rights and obligations to sit where we please on the bus, even when no one was sitting there. Do I hate absolutely, unequivocally? No. I do not hate anyone for my struggles and experiences. I do ask that my life days others be sustained because of our sacrifices. I am hopeful that my questions will linger on for centuries. Do I really want to sit at the front section of the bus? Yes, I do. Do I care that I have to count seats before reclining and giving myself the leisure I so deserve? Yes, I do. Do I fear intimidation if I'm denied the freedom to choose my seat? Yes, I do.
When I was a boy, a lovely lady came to me and gave me a recipe. She said I wouldn't understand, but when I became a man. So I went through life as happy as can be, not worrying about the troubles in this world I could not see. I grew up and had a kid and a wife. I thought I had a peaceful life. I fell asleep and was awoken by a scream. I ran outside to see what I could see. Then the woman screamed and said, "Did you see that policeman kill that man with his knee?" And the last word came out of his mouth was, "My me." People ran and screamed about that man while there was a silent killer killing everyone, every woman, and every man. And then I remember this recipe. It started out with love, joy, peace, and happiness. Sharing, caring, people holding hands and saying this would be better for the rest. But I said this world wasn't an emergency and there's nothing could help it I could not see. We keep doing and saying the same old things, and then nothing in this world would ever change. But we must depart. And from that recipe, it put a smile on everyone's heart.
Remember in 1776, the Constitution read, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among all are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness."
Who were our forefathers speaking to in 1776? Whose pursuit of happiness? Who were they referring to?
Yet on January 1st, 1863, Abraham Lincoln proclaimed the Emancipation Proclamation deemed all slaves were free.
Abraham Lincoln was our president in 1863. Who was he referring to? Who did they deem free?
In 1964, President Lyndon Johnson proclaimed the Civil Rights Act was passed. A year after, Dr. MLK's most profound speech. This act stated that prohibited discrimination in public places provided for the integration of schools and other public facilities and made employment discrimination illegal. This document was the most sweeping civil rights litigation since Reconstruction.
Lyndon B. Johnson was our president, and he stood with Martin Luther King in 1964. But still, whose rights? Who were they discriminating against? Who were they referring to?
So on today, June 19th, 2020, we remember the Union when the soldiers returned to Galveston, Texas, with the news that all slaves were free. So today, we celebrate. We celebrate the victory of freedom from bondage and oppression.
We celebrate Juneteenth 2020. There you have it. Our ancestors worked very diligently to pave the way, to make things better for us, just as T.J. Jemison did in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with the bus boycott. Everything was done to make things better for one and for all. We must always remember never to judge someone by the color of their skin, judge them by the content of their mind. We must promote positiveness, diversity, inclusiveness, and above all, we must promote love. We want all of our rights. Everyone wants them. But remember, we have to fight, not with our fists, but with our minds and with our hearts. That's the only way we can reach each and every individual that's out in the world wanting the same things we want. Thank you, because we celebrate this day, Juneteenth, 2020, for the same reasons. We want diversity, we want inclusiveness, we want togetherness, we want equality, we want love for one and for all, because He's got the whole world in His hands. Don't get plucked out.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living. I'm not afraid to die. No, 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 no. 'Cause I know who's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie and I go downtown, and somebody keeps telling me some don't hang around. It's been a been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. There's been times that I thought I could last for long. No. But now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.